What's up, kids? Hey, Billy Collins here, and this is episode 2 of my channel. Guys, today we're going to kind of change the format a little bit. So, see, if you know me and if you've met me before, I like to get stories, and I think everybody has a story. I don't care if it's the garbage man or the President of the United States. We all have a story, we all think it's interesting, and some people might find it interesting. So, with that being said, today's format is going to be more of a interview style format. Today, I'm going to ask 5 questions to one of my dear friends, one of my close collabs that I work with on a regular basis with magic and with ideas. His name is Brian Sanders. Now, Brian Sanders has been busy for the past 10 years building his brand, making himself into a working magician. And I want to just ask him 5 questions on how he got started and how it all works. I pretty much know the story, but I think you guys might find it interesting as well. So guys, here we go. What's up, kids? It's Billy Collins, and this is episode number 2 of my channel here on YouTube. So in this session, this episode, I'm going to do an interview, and we're going to call it Five-N-5 in the future. So what I do is I ask my guests 5 questions. My guest today happens to be comedy illusionist and one of my really close friends, Mr. Brian Sanders. Say hi, Brian.
What's going on, guys?
Guys, Brian is an up-and-coming magician, illusionist. He's been doing it for about 10 years, but he will be hitting your screen soon, so be on the lookout for him. So, question number 1, Brian, tell us how you got started.
Well, the way I got started in magic was by accident. I was a freshman in high school, and I saw it on TV. I saw The Amazing Jonathan on Comedy Central. And then once I did that, I kind of sparked a little bit of an interest in, not necessarily magic, but I really thought Amazing Jonathan was really funny. So I looked him up on YouTube and then saw related videos of magic with like David Copperfield, David Blaine, and even more videos of Jonathan performing great magic and of course comedy. And that really kind of got me hooked. Learned a card trick, took it to school, started doing magic for all my friends. So that was definitely when I caught the bug.
That's awesome, and you know, we're both big advocates of card magic, but that's to start it off like that is a good way to get going in magic. So Brian, question number 2. I know you're a performer, but you're also very creative. When you go into setting up your shows, what do you think? What's your muse? Do you take it off songs, or do you take it off a movie, or where do you get the inspiration to come up with your product?
Oh, I try to get inspiration from everything, whether it's, like you said, whether it's from music or movies. Like if I hear a song, I could try to think about what routine I could do with that. Or if I see something on TV, like since there's so much special effects involved, you know, I like to try to spark ideas from that. But even actually just going around stores like Michael's or Hobby Lobby and walking around and looking at all the crazy stuff they have, and then you can kind of develop tricks that way.
Exactly. I mean, Hobby Lobby's like our fucking playground. So, I mean, 100%. So, question number 3, Brian, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
36.
Very good. More than well taken.
No, but I hope to be performing all throughout the country, but maybe even possibly the world. Trying to perform for as many audiences as I can and as many different audiences as I can.
Who was your mentor? Where did you start? Who do you look up to? Who do you seek for advice, or whatever the case may be? Who is that person that you can go to, or not persons, or many persons?
That's a fact question.
That is a fact question.
That's a fact question. I get inspiration from a lot of people. I had my mentor when I was 15 and 16, Chris Bass, who really taught me a lot about like stage presence, and I also have friends like you that we collab and try to come up with different ideas for whether it's for a trick or for just shows or even marketing or anything like that. But as far as like looking up to people, my grandfather did a little bit of magic when I was way before I was born, and I didn't have a chance to get to see him do magic because he was paralyzed. I couldn't even think of the word for a minute. He was paralyzed.
You were paralyzed?
I was paralyzed from the word. He was paralyzed when I was 1, so I never got the chance to see him do magic. But he left me all his magic memorabilia, so that's pretty cool. So I kind of look up to him and kind of try to push myself to, you know, kind of do magic not just for myself, but also in his memory.
Yeah. Brian, if you could see any past performer that's not with us today, if you could sit live in the audience and watch them perform, who would that be?
Definitely Harry Houdini. Harry Houdini is like probably the most memorable name in all of Magic, besides like David Copperfield, of course, because he's the king.
He is the king.
But yeah, definitely Harry Houdini. I feel like I also have to say that, seeing how I have him tattooed. So
very good. So guys, I hope you like this interview. I hope you want to see more of these interviews and videos. We're going to come up, and Brian happens to be one that I talk to on a daily basis, and he'll give you ideas. He'll probably pop up in more videos. Who knows? I'll probably go film one of his shows. Who knows? But with that being said, follow Brian on Instagram. He's on Facebook. Brian, tell him how you get in touch with you on
Instagram is at Brian Sanders, Brian with a Y, and then Facebook.com/Brian Sanders Official.
Very good. And guys, if you like this, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and hit the subscribe button in the bottom there, and follow us next week for episode number 3. We'll see you soon.
My bad.
What's up, kids? It's Billy Collins, and this is episode number 2 of my channel. Guys, today we're going to do an interview style. We're going to call it 5-N-5, where I ask 5 questions to my guest. So my guest today is a longtime friend of mine, comedy illusionist, an up-and-coming star. You're going to see him on your TV and in your house. He might be stealing your TV at the time, but whatever. Mr. Brian Sanders. Say hi, Brian.
What's going on, crazy